This week is my 20th birthday. I'm starting to get to Grandpa HD status. But you know what? I'm gonna do something for me this birthday. Some people buy themselves a nice dinner for their birthday, themselves a new watch, something nice for themselves. Me? I want to rebuild. Today, I'm taking over my favorite club, my first love, Fulham Football Club. And as a birthday present to myself, I'm going to win us a Champions League title. Come along. So here we go, lads. Taking over control on FC 25 at Craven Cottage. And I'm using live start points for this first season. We're having a great year in real life right now. And I want to take advantage of that. I don't know if I started a fresh save, if I could get us as good a season as we've had right now. And something that I'm kind of excited about, of course, Fulham, we lost to Crystal Palace on the weekend in the FA Cup. Live start points starts on the 17th of March. So we're technically still in the FA Cup. And I'm hoping to avenge that loss and get us an FA Cup this year. You know what? Let's see if we can make that happen. Crystal Palace absolutely humped us 3-0 on the weekend. Can I avenge it here? Switching up the formation, and we go out on penalties. I mean, at least it's kind of more realistic this way, but we go out on penalties. All right, let's see how this first season ends. Please get us some sort of European football. We're finished in 9th, lads. We have finished in 9th to end the Premier League season. A horrible May has cost us. A loss to City, Brentford, and Everton. 3 losses in a row to round out the season. We've got a tough run home in real life, of course, but this is a sad way with those 3 losses. But anyways, next season is when I can put my touch on it as the Fulham manager. Nottingham Forest have dropped out of the top 4. That is actually so upsetting. They don't get Champions League football, man. Liverpool, of course, end up winning the league. And yeah, no surprises. Ipswich, Leicester, Southampton going down. Crystal Palace did go on to beat Nottingham Forest and win the FA Cup. Of course, Newcastle won the Carabao. Bayern Munich win the Champions League. Eintracht Frankfurt win the Europa League. And it is Fiorentina winning the conference. Raul Jimenez absolutely killed it this year, both for Fulham and Mexico in real life. Muniz, decent year, but at 34 years of age, I think I might need to start thinking about the future next year. That being said, we have a lot of players coming off contract at the end of the season, so I want to get some contracts renewed. Willian, I'm surprised he's wanting 2 years there. I'll accept that. Even if I don't want to have somebody in the starting 11, being able to sell them on like Kenny Tete, 10.5 mil is so important. Adama Traore, 3 years. He's not going to be important first team though. Vinicius, 3 years. Tom Cairney, unfortunately retiring in this save, which I don't think he's announced his retirement in real life, has he? If he has, I definitely missed that. Jimenez got to renew his contract as well, 2-year contract. I'm surprised they're wanting such long extensions. But now it's time for us to put our mark on this Fulham squad, bring on season number 2. And as we start season 2 and make our first signing, I would like to clarify, this is not a realistic rebuild. This is more the Rob Diedrich's fantasy factory of rebuilds. It's my birthday. I want to sign whoever my heart desires. That being said, our first signing is actually pretty realistic. Fulham were linked with Shirky all of last season, all of last preseason, and I'm finally bringing the Frenchman to the cottage. With 12 months on his deal left at Lyon, we get him on a cut price deal of £30 million. I also think it's time for an upgrade at the right back position, which is why the Italian defender Cambiasso is joining us from Juventus, trading the black and white of Juve for the black and white of Fulham for 20 mil. But I want some players out of the club as well. Vinicius heading to the Saudi League, and we might have renewed his contract last year, but Kenny Tete, I'm cashing in. I couldn't let £13 million sit on the bench. I think this here should be the ultimate confirmation as to what I want to do this year though. I love Rodrigo Muniz, but from a career mode perspective, he needs a loan move and we need a new striker. And we don't need just any striker. We need a killer up top. And ladies and gentlemen, we get our killer, Marcus Leonardo. He leaves the Saudi League and joins us at Fulham. Like I said, fellas, fantasy factory rebuild. Fantasy factory. Big transfer window there, ladies and gentlemen. Big transfer window. This is what the squad now looks like. I'm very happy with what we've done. And I'm hoping this team can fire on all cylinders and get us European football with Fulham. Well, wouldn't you imagine that? We are in the exact same position on the Premier League table that we took over with last season. 8th in the Premier League right now. And we're in a fierce hunt. We are so close to the top 4, but we could also fade into mid-table obscurity. We need to be smart here in January. But I don't want to be safe either. I want to make a big move to the starting 11. I'm going to ruffle some feathers to do that. My game plan, sell some of the bench players that have really good value. Andreas Pereira, As much as I love him, I'm literally wearing his name on the back of my jersey right now. But he's sitting on the bench behind Smith Rowe, We can get just shy of £12 million for him. But this is where I want the improvement of the starting 11. I want a new defensive midfielder. Again, I'm a huge fan of Sasha Lukic. I think he's Fulham's most improved player in real life this season, but from a career mode aspect, 29 years of age, I need a new DM. So we've sold the Serbian midfielder to Fiorentina for 13 mil. All good things come in threes. Adama Traore off to Newcastle. We've got our man in the defensive midfielder role. He's the latest American in a long line of Americans to don the Fulham white. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to the American defensive midfielder, Johnny Cardoso. He signs on from Real Betis for £24 million. This really is the window of Americans though. Cole Bassett joining us from Colorado as a backup attacking midfielder. 7th in the Prem, and we have missed out on Champions League by 2 points. That is so close of a season. One less draw that we convert into a win, and we're in the Champions League, or we're at least in the Europa League, but now I think that might be Conference League, but I'm not certain. Manchester City get back to winning ways at the top of the league. And who have we got relegated? Palace, Forest, and Luton Town. Forest have gone from Champions League to relegation in a year. We lost the FA Cup final. This is really going to be one of those years, isn't it? Liverpool win the Carabao Cup. Second round exit for us there. Bayern Munich win another Champions League title. AS Roma win the Europa League, and the Conference League goes to Valencia. Emile Smith-Rowe was an absolute stud for us this year though. We gave him the keys at the attacking midfield role, and he certainly capitalized. Great first year for Shirky as well. 12 and 11 up to an 83. Leonardo could have hoped for more out of him. Raul Jimenez really looked like he was the super sub off the bench though. Unfortunately though, we will be saying goodbye to our super sub. Jimenez is going to be retiring alongside Willian. I'm just going to let the contract though of Ollie Sanderson expire. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not. I'm going to renew him. He could be a valuable third string. 1.3. All right, I'll cop that. We enter season 3. Dreams of qualification for the Champions League in our eyes. It is time for a fresh bit of blood to enter our defense. He may be young, but my God, is he a star of the future. It is the Spaniard, former Dutchman, Dean Huijsen, joining us at the cottage. He signs on from Bournemouth for £24 million. And if it's time to bring a young centre-back in, then I say we say goodbye to an older one, Joachim Andersen leaving the club, cashing in on the Dane who heads to the French league. Originally, my plan was to sell Alex Iwobi and try getting a world-class left midfielder, but he's just gone up another overall already to start the season, so I'm going to give him another year. I've got another move I want to make, but first things first, Luke Harris heading on loan. The young Welshman heading to Norwich for the year. This right here is the move I'm ready to make though. Getting rid of all the Nordic players off our books. Sander Berge heading to Villa Park. And that gives us the capabilities to make a monster end game signing in the midfield. Manuel Ugarte, the Uruguayan defensive midfielder, making the move across from Old Trafford. This is massive. 84 overall, 25 years of age. He signs on for £38 million. Willian's retirement means we have a gap to fill at the backup left midfielder role though. So I'm going to one of the relegated clubs. Ben Brereton Diaz joins us from Southampton. Look at this football club. This is making me a very happy 28-year-old right now. This is beautiful, fellas. The goal has to be Champions League qualification. That's what I want this year. Big year, I will say, for somebody like Calvin Bassey, who's at the point where I almost debated upgrading both of our centre-backs this year. But I think we can squeeze a little more out of him. Bernd Leno holding on nicely and still growing. Robinson growing brilliantly. Let's see what Season 3 has in store for the mighty Fulham. Also, I can confirm Conference League football we are playing. I would love if we could go on a deep run there as well. I had to stop the simulation here though, fellas. Mitrovic is back in the Prem. Daddy Mitro has joined Burnley, which, if I'm being totally honest, probably the least likely destination, given Scott Parker is their manager. I cannot imagine a universe where Mitro would ever want to play under Scott Parker again, but he's back in the league. That's terrifying. Last year, the rub of the green did not go our way. This year, it has. We finished 4th in the Premier League. We sneak in on goal differential ahead of Chelsea. That is a big win over our West London rivals. Fulham are heading to the Champions League in season number 4. But my God, man, we could have come all the way down in 8th. On the last match day, we go ahead and beat Hull City, and that gets us Champions League football next year. Arsenal finally win the league. Relegation zone is going to see Burnley, Wolves, and Norwich going down. Maybe Maybe we try bringing Mitro in on a cheap deal. Newcastle win the FA Cup. No need to talk about how we went. Oh my God, we could... That's our second loss in a cup final in back-to-back years. We have lost the Carabao Cup final on penalties to Newcastle. Liverpool win the Champions League. AC Milan win the Europa League. We finish third in league phase play though in the Conference League. Like I said, I would love for us to go on a run. How do we go? We skip the playoffs into the round of 16. We are going to beat Panathinaikos 7-3 on aggregate into the quarters. And we are going to go out at the hands of Lazio. 5-4 on aggregate. We lose to the Italian side, and that feels like a massively missed opportunity. Huge missed opportunity. They don't even win the damn thing. It goes to the Belgian club Genk. But to be fair, that was purely just an ego competition. We got the Champions League qualification. That's all that matters. If we were disappointed about Marcus Leonardo's first year at Fulham, that has all gone away. Leonardo up to an 88 overall, 35 goals, 4 assists. Oh my God. Turkey up to that transfer window is looking very beneficial. Smith Rowe, he's had a great season, and I'm very glad that we kept Iwobi. 12 goals, 4 assists, up to an 83. But if I'm being totally honest, I'm probably going to look to upgrade there overall-wise next year. Robinson at an 85 overall. Bassi only up to a 79, so yeah, I think Golka, centre-back rather, is somewhere we want to upgrade as well. And Bern Leno, 35 years of age, and he continues growing. But we are Champions League bound in season number 4, and I want to go all out to try winning it on our first attempt. The Champions League era has begun. We have got our centre-back. Dean Weeson will be partnered with Murillo, the Brazilian centre-back, making the move up from Nottingham Forest. And I don't mean up geographically, I mean up in terms of prestige. Murillo joins us for the Champions League campaign for £41 million. We could get £138 million for Marcus Leonardo, but that is, I'm blocking offers. That is no way. There's no a price at this point, honestly, that isn't like £500 million that would make me interested in selling Marcus Leonardo. Arsenal fans, look away. I've just sold Alex Iwobi. I've cashed in on him. He's had a great run at Fulham. I want to get ourselves a world-class, insanely world-class left midfielder. But I've sold him to Tottenham. They're paying £45 million. I couldn't say no to that. Also saying goodbye to Issa Diop. Negotiations took a while, but we're sending him to Mönchengladbach for 10 mil. And that leaves us about £125 million to go get a left midfielder. I'm going all out. Oh, this is actually ridiculous. We have made a monster signing here on the left-hand side of our midfield. We could genuinely have a good crack at the Champions League this year. We're here in the Champions League. I want us staying there. I want us getting qualification. I want us pushing for a Premier League title as well. We sign our second Brazilian of the year. Like I said, Fantasy Factory type transfers right here. Savinho is going to join us from Manchester City. And in the process, we break the Fulham club record transfer fee, £92 million. But he's 88 overall. That is just absolutely beautiful. All right, screw it, lads. Is it practical? No. Is it realistic? Probably not. But I don't care. It's my birthday. I'm being selfish. Mitro is back. I've paid £19 million for a backup striker who's probably not going to get any game time, but I needed to do it. Mitro joins us from Burnley. I'm so ready for this season. I am so ready. This team is cooked. Absolutely cooked. Wait, what's happened to Calvin Bassey? I did not see that notification come through. Okay, just 3 days. That's fine. I didn't see that come through, and I guess that's for good reason. He's sweet. But the Champions League is here. Let's go see what our league phase fixtures look like. Start off against Porto. Malmo to end September. Not too bad. October, we travel to the Bay Arena. Then to Austria in November. We host Dinamo Kiev and Napoli. And then we end up facing Dortmund in January and round things out with Inter Milan. It's definitely a tough end of things, but I think we should give this a red hot crack. I think we can get ourselves into the next stages and go on a run this year. Come on, Fulham. Oh my God. Goal difference is the reason we got into the Champions League, but it's also the reason why we miss out on automatic qualification to the round of 16. 1 goal shy of Girona. 4 wins, 3 draws, 1 loss. That is brutal. We are still alive though. We are into the playoffs, where we're versing Bayern Munich. Sick. Sick one. Bayern Munich. 2-time winners of the Champions League in this save. Alright, we're going to see what we're made of. And to make things even more difficult, Cherky's been suspended. Shirky's been suspended for the first leg. Harry Wilson comes in as we make the move to Munich and win it. It is our right back, Cambiasso, that is going to score the goal. Wilson bags a goal as well. And we take a 1-goal lead back to the Cottage. All right. Now we're feeling confident, lads. We take a lead to the Cottage. Cherky back in. We've got a full-strength starting 11. Weeson goes up to an 85. Come on, fellas. Hold on and get to the last 16. We do! It goes to extra time. Ryan Sessegnon and Cherky are going to bag the goals in what... Oh my God. What a game we have just witnessed. Oh my God. Savinho sends us to extra time in the 89th minute. And then Sessegnon and Cherky deliver the goods. We're into the round of 16 in insane circumstances. Back to Germany we go. It is Leipzig in the last 16. I'm riding high after that Bayern Munich victory. Leonardo up to a 90. Holy hell, we've got ourselves a good team, but it is only a draw. Simmons is going to give them the lead. Weeson equalizes. We now go to Germany for the second leg. I'm feeling a lot more tense right now for this one than I did the Bayern Munich one. It all hangs in the balance. Robinson up to an 87 as well. Come on, lads. On the road. We come away on penalties. Oh my God. Leonardo sends it to extra time. He misses his penalty, but it's all right because they don't score a single penalty and we are into the quarterfinals. Could we be one and done? I mean, a one and done would be EA's way, the FIFA gods, the FC gods way of delivering me a birthday present. You know what, fellas? We might just be on here. We've got Sporting in the quarters. I don't want a 1-1 draw like what we had against Leipzig. I want us coming out the gates swinging as we take on Sporting. We win it 2-0. We win it 2-0. Come on, come on, come on. Do not bottle this, fellas. Into the belly of the beast. Off to Portugal we go. 2-0 up. A semi-final spot on the line with Fulham. And we are headed there. No injuries. Perfect. No suspensions either. We're headed to a Champions League semi-final. We are on. All right. No surprise. Semi-finals. It's real now. Real Madrid versus Fulham. Inter versus Barca. There is no easy opponents left. Let's just see what we're made of, fellas. Let's see what we're made of. First leg at the Bernabeu. This team is good. This is a good bloody team. But do we have enough to get past Real Madrid? We are going to take it back to the Cottage. Mbappe scores for them. Leonardo scores for us. Johnny Cardoso, the American, makes this a ball game. We are headed to the Cottage with this all tied up. All right, here we go. Moment of truth. Fulham versus Real Madrid. A spot in the Champions League final on the line. And, oh my God, we lose it in extra time. Are you kidding me? We had the lead. We had the lead. Mbappe equalizes. Murillo gets a red card and Rodrigo ends our hopes. What a valiant run. But we are not going to complete this Fulham rebuild in Season 4. But we're going to get another bite at the cherry next year, lads. Third in the Premier League with Fulham. I would have hoped we could have given the title race a little bit more of a nudge, but City have had a brilliant year. We finished third, scroll down the table, Tottenham in 12th, but it's Sheffield United, Ipswich, and Hull going down. Chelsea beat Blackpool in the FA Cup. Blackpool actually beat us in the round of 16, so if it wasn't for us, I mean, obviously Blackpool wouldn't have gone the way, but fair play to them. Bristol City beat Liverpool to win the Carabao Cup. We lost in the quarters to Brighton. Real Madrid end up winning an El Clasico Champions League final. Lyon win the Europa League. And the Conference League goes to Villa. Oh, what a year from Leonardo. I'm going to have to remind myself to check the Ballon d'Or race next year. Leonardo's 90 rated, gets 39 goals again. Cherky's now 90 rated with a great year. Savinho, 30 goals in his first year. Oh man, this team is absolutely unbelievable. But I want to make us European champions. I want that Champions League title, lads. I want it so damn bad. I'm making 2 massive signings to the starting 11 this season. First one, a right back. We're going to grab Tino Livramento from Liverpool, £48.7 million. And we're going for a former Liverpool player in this universe. A massive upgrade at the defensive midfield role. It is the Dutchman, Ryan Gravenberch. We've brought him back to the Premier League via Borussia Dortmund for 65 mil. And you know what? I think it's about time we got a backup goalkeeper. Mark Flecken joining us from Leicester for 1.3 mil. 35 years of age. Our goalkeepers are truly the retirement village. I'm fired up, fellas. This team is actually unbelievable. If we made it to the semi-finals last year in the Champions League, we have to go all the way this year. Starting 11's unbelievable. Bench is so damn strong. Flecken's gone down and overall, but that's to be expected. But I'm fired up. This is a great spot to be in with Fulham right now. Our Champions League campaign's going to start off against Real Madrid. Of course it is. Real Madrid on match day 1. Then we've got Lille, BSC Young Boys, Celtic away, Benfica away. I missed that one before. Rapid Vienna, PSG. Who's the last one going to be? This is so much tougher than last year. And Leipzig. This is so much harder than it was last year. But I guess if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. Let's crack on. Stitch up. Where's Marcus Leonardo? Vinicius, Haaland, Mbappe, Rodrigo, all nominated for the Ballon d'Or. I don't give a shit about this award anymore. Okay, all right. I don't want to bottle it, but it's starting to feel real. We went undefeated in the Champions League phase play. And yeah, we had a significantly tougher run than last year, and we've finished significantly higher. Not a single loss, only one draw. I'm feeling good. We skipped the playoffs. Let's see who we got in the last 16. Yeah, sick. Yeah, sick. Of course we go and get Real Madrid in the round of 16. Sick. And to make things even more difficult, Dean Huijsen's suspended for the first leg. Sick. Calvin Bassey comes in, starting things off on the road with a win. Oh my God, I was going full negative energy, but we get a first leg victory over Real Madrid without Dean Huijsen. All right, let's take that back to the cottage and get ourselves onto the quarters. I refuse to get ahead of myself too early though. Huijsen's back in, we have the lead, but Real Madrid is Real Madrid. Let's just get ourselves through. Come on, Fulham. Come on, Fulham. Come on, Fulham. Perfect. I don't care that it's a draw. I don't care that Leonardo missed a penalty. All I care about is that we go through and take down Real Madrid. Quarterfinals, here we come. All right, but it's another challenge for us. Arsenal, an all-English affair. The final 2 clubs in England remaining in the Champions League. We face the Gunners, trying to take the control of London. We roll in with a full-strength starting 11, thank the Lord. Now let's just make the most of it. On the road for the first leg away at the Emirates, and it is a draw that would have been a win. Oh, we fall asleep at the wheel in the 89th minute, taking the result back to Fulham with a lead. Oh my God, that would have been so crucial. Second leg at home. We just played Arsenal, ironically, in the weekend on the Premier League, and we beat them 2-0, so I'm hoping we carry that form into the midweek fixture. 2-2, a spot in the semis on the line, which we get on penalties, and it is the former Arsenal man, Emile Smith-Rowe, putting the dagger through the heart of his former club. We're heading back to the semi-finals for a second successive season. I did see the yellow card though to Robinson at the last second there. I'm hoping that he is not suspended. Juventus in the semi-finals. Also Liverpool. Did I say before that we were the last teams in England? I don't think I realized Liverpool was still around. Regardless though, we are taking on Juventus. Our fears around Robinson have been alleviated. He is here for the semi-finals. This is where we went out last year. I don't want that happening again. Lay the foundations. We're at home. Juventus versus Fulham, and it's a scoreless draw. A lot of yellow cards though for Juventus, so I'm hoping they can get some suspensions. Vivian, I'm hoping he's out. He's somebody that I looked at signing. I know he's a beast. I want him out. Oh my God. All right, come on, Fulham. Spot in the Champions League final on the line. Scoreless in the first leg. In the second leg, it is Anthony Robinson sending us to a Champions League final. Oh my God, how good is that? We are heading to a Champions League final with Fulham. Come on, lads. Who are we facing? Come on. And there's the answer. We've got Borussia Dortmund. I'm feeling very grateful right now that we signed Ryan Gravenberch. Fulham versus Dortmund, the 2029 Champions League final. A look around the grounds. It's a good time to be a team in West London. Chelsea win the Europa League. Stuttgart win the Conference League. I was low-key hoping that it might have been Brentford or something. As much as I don't want that to happen, that would have been a great omen. Oh, okay. We've had a stinker. All right, that puts the pressure on us massively. We finished 5th in the Premier League right now. All right, man, we need to lock in. If there was pressure on us to win the Champions League before today, it's definitely increased tenfold. Brentford have won the FA Cup, and Nottingham Forest win the Carabao. But holy dooly, am I ready for this Champions League final. We've got Borussia Dortmund. We've got an insane front three. Everybody in the 90s right now. Gravenberch, a great first year at the club. This team is unbelievable, but can this team become European champions as a birthday present to me? Let's go find out. Dortmund have been on us like hawks, man. I've got great possession, just haven't been able to do anything with it yet. Oh, taken down in the box. Is that a penalty? That is a penalty. Okay. Yellow card for Bowie. Might have almost been better if it was right on the edge. He could have got a red. But Dortmund were on us like hawks. Savinho with a turn of pace. We get a penalty. Marcus Leonardo. Can we bag the lead in this Champions League final? I'm going left. And it is Kobel rooted to the spot. That is a dream start for us in the final. No, do not. Oh, good tackle, Ugarte. I'm now cautious about giving away a penalty myself. Oh, I just want to take the lead into the halftime break. Good block, Murillo. Shirky. Good ball outside of the boot. We can't get a header, but it comes out to Gravenberch. Who wins it? Leonardo scores! That was just a lash. Oh, he's got 99 finishing, and it shows. Our Brazilian striker, Marcus Leonardo, doubles our advantage in what has been an incredibly tense Champions League final. Shirky, great ball out there to Savinho. Savinho, I'm just going to bang it. Savinho! The curve and the save from Kobel were equally impressive. Dortmund, they're starting to find a way. I've lunged in there, Duran. I'm trying to smother. That's a great dink, man. I just rushed up too much, and now all of a sudden, it is game on in this Champions League final, and I only have myself to blame. You can bet your sweet ass I'm about to time waste here, fellas, and that is going to be it. We absolutely dominated Dortmund in this final, and the birthday present to myself has been delivered. I'm blowing out my candles on the cake. I'm unwrapping it, and inside is a Champions League title to Fulham. Marcus Leonardo absolutely dominated this rebuild. Honestly, I was a little nervous after season 1 when Jimenez was taking a lot of goals away from him, that was going to stuff him up. Bernd Leno, though, wearing the captain's armband, still so serviceable, and is going to be the man that lifts the Champions League title as the mighty Fulham FC are European champions. Always a fun time rebuilding my own club, lads. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to click here to subscribe and click here to check out another video.